I went to Adobe's website and I found a beta version of something they call Firefly. It's one of their AI contributions that they're going to have in the future. And I uploaded this picture of myself, and then I said, turn it into a woman. And this is what I ended up with. This is just a brief look at what Adobe is going to bring us as far as artificial intelligence. I want to own Adobe. I think it's too high priced right now, but I think as a result of some of the things that are going on in the market right now, and you know them, we're going to have maybe a 20% pullback on some of the stocks that have hit new highs, and Adobe is one of them. And I want to show you where I think I want to buy it, and maybe you can follow my lead. I'm Kerry. I'm a retired financial advisor. I manage a tribe. Yeah, that's right. A tribe, a group of people who want to work together to help make better investment decisions. Not financial advice, better financial decisions. We'll get right at it.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Let's start with a look at the Trading Views chart on Adobe that I've constructed here. And you can see Adobe's had a nice run. Back in December of 2021, it got all the way up to about $700 a share. And then with everything else, it came down and traded sideways for a while. And then in May of 23, with the advent of AI and all the talk about it, it ran up, and it's now run up into a resistance level right here, marked by this red line, of about $569. It closed on Friday at $548.76, and you can see it's bounced off of this support level of for about 500, about 2-3 times in the past. It's got a little bit of a downturn in momentum, as you can see here, but it has crossed on the MACD. It has crossed its support levels. It's running well above the 200 moving day, and it's coming down and will possibly find some support at the 50-day at 528. But I believe that there's going to be some bad things that are going to happen relative to the 4 guys who are putting some pressure on us, and then the interest rates, and then we have earnings coming out, and we can see that Adobe's earnings right now, last earnings call was in September 14th of 2023. So that puts it at September, October, November, October, November. It won't be until December. So we got some ways to go, but the banks have just come out, shown some good earnings, but some bad guidance, and I think that's what we're going to see from some other tech companies. And I'm looking for Adobe to come down and fill in this gap somewhere around $445. So that's my target price on it. So that's how I kind of look at that. Then what I want to take you to is my website, where I do some analysis work on the actual financial strength of Adobe and what I think that will look like. Okay, this is from my website, Best of Us Investors, and as you can see, I analyze the financial strength of all the stocks that are in the BUS 12 and the BUS 13 portfolios, and then I have a video here that explains the mechanics of it. But let's look at Adobe, currently selling, as I said, at $548. This is a spreadsheet that updates itself from the data sources that I've created, and what I've shown you here is their 23 revenues, their 23 income, and the current debt. They have about $4 billion worth of current debt, and we assume that they're probably paying somewhere around 4% on that current debt. But as interest rates and the requirement to refinance this debt, the interest rates will bring that cost of debt or debt service up to about $409,000. That will have a negative effect on their income. So I'm saying that just as a result of debt service, their income will drop from $5 billion to 4.8, which is about a 6% decrease. Now, if you attach that to what I think is going to be fear that's going to push other stocks down, I think it'll bring Adobe's down, and maybe I can get it at my target price. Again, then I show you its sales, price to sales ratio, its current ratio, its debt to equity ratio, and its interest coverage ratio. And I key each of those in green if they're good, in yellow if they're neutral, and what I'm using is the analyst standards, and red if they're bad, indicating that price to sales ratio, they're a bit overpriced. So that's my analysis from a financial standpoint on Adobe. Then what I do is I've created what I call my daily stock cheat sheet. And what it is this here, where I list all 27 of the stocks that I've analyzed, and I then give it a ranking based on the debt analysis that I did, a ranking based on the tech analysis that I do through my trading views charts, and then I list whether I'm in that stock right now or out of the stock right now. And then for those that I'm out, I list a target price that I want to buy it at. And I will fill those in and update them as I look and learn more about the stocks, as I read articles, and as I measure the momentum of the overall market, and if I believe I'm going to be able to hit my target price. Then I show them over here when their next earnings statement is, because I believe this is when the analysts and the markets decide what is this stock going to be worth the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next 5 years. And so I need to know what that price or what that date is so that I can anticipate it. I don't want to go into earnings with a high price. It might even be a motive to, particularly if it's in an IRA where I don't have tax consequences, where I might just want to back out of it, because if I fear that the debt situation or the tech situation is negative to me, I might want to get out of it. And then this last column is the current price, and that updates on an every 10-minute basis. You'll also, I keep this on my website. I call it my stock cheat sheet, and it is for all of the 27 companies that are in my BUS 12 and BUS 13 portfolios, and those are the stocks that I believe are going to be the beneficiaries of artificial intelligence and machine learning once we get past these issues that could negate any good enthusiasm around AI and machine learning. So that's how I manage my portfolio. I don't try to be an expert on everything. I'm not into oil. I'm not into defense. I'm no longer in biotech. I want to be where I think the next big change is and where I can get exponential growth. I can't. I've learned from my experience, I cannot get exponential growth out of a diversified portfolio. I have to focus on change. Change is AI. Change is machine learning. And then find the stocks, sort through them, and find the stocks that are going to be the beneficiaries of that change. And then, once that's done, then I look for the next change. And I think the next change will probably be somewhere around healthcare, more than likely around a biotech, but that might be 2 years off. But where I want to be right now, right now, as you'll see on this chart, you're going to see a lot of outs, because I just fear that the Four Musketeers are going to make our lives a little bit crazy, that the fifth musketeer, let's call him Jerome Powell, is going to keep inflation up and interest rates up. And that's got it, just as it impacts you and I at the grocery store as the price of things go up, whether it be the fuel for our cars. If the fuel for our cars are going up, it's also going up for Amazon's trucks. If a cost of our debt, if we have revolving debt and the cost has gone, and I have seen it, on my I have a business loan account. It's gone from 3.5% to 8.5% in just the last 6 months. And if Jerome keeps at it, it could go to 10.5%. So that affects my bottom line. Well, it only stands to reason that's going to have the same effect on Apple, on Amazon, on Google. All we have to do is calculate it, follow it, and be prepared for it. And that's why you see so many outs on my Bus 12 and Bus 13 portfolio. I'm just looking for the right place through debt analysis, through tech analysis, and through momentum, where to buy in. Because I will buy back in. This is going to happen. You cannot stop the train. You may slow it down, but you can't stop it. All right, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor going through some problems right now on our website. We've had to correct some issues that we've had, but stick with us. Come to the website, take a look at it, and if you want to be a part of all this knowledge that I'm transferring here, you'll go to this box, you'll check on the platinum level, and you'll get on the bus.